everybody. Welcome back to the Lo-Fi Podcast. Today we're going to be talking about Us, a movie by Jordan Peele, if you haven't seen it. Written and directed, I believe?
Directed, produced.
Right, and produced.
Yeah,
does
he's
everything,
a legend.
man. He's been doing a lot of stuff. I mean, recently won an Academy Award and everything, right? He's been doing great.
This is only his second movie.
Yeah. His second project. He's doing so much
He's doing
right
great,
now.
man. No, I'm just
No,
saying
he's doing great.
Like talking about like getting a good start. You know what I mean?
I
like,
think he's going places.
You know what I mean? Like, he's doing great. He's doing
making
good.
a name for
Because
himself
I heard
for
a lot
sure.
of stuff. So
Yeah. I just mean what he's done so far has been doing good,
Right.
right?
Yes.
And I mean, I guess that's
Is
what
that a hot streak?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd call it
That's
hot streak, right?
right.
I mean, hey, it's always hard to follow up, right? They always say like,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
was so worried I was going to be disappointed,
Right.
but no.
I mean, for just judging on like the previews alone, I'm not a big horror
Yeah,
person,
not
right?
horror. Right now.
But this one, it was intriguing, right? Like, I like stuff that's like
More horror
thrillery.
than-
No, well, here's the thing: is like I prefer stuff that's like creepy or like intriguing, right? Rather than gore or like jump scares. I don't
Yeah.
like that shit.
Yes,
So,
yeah.
I mean, this to me seemed to be on the my end of the spectrum of where I like my
Yeah.
horror movies to be, personally, or
Okay,
whatever.
yeah.
I think it was a nice blend because it was very
Yes.
bloody.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I like
mean,
that.
Jump scare too, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
right?
but there was all the symbolism
Yeah.
and the little
Yeah.
clues.
You don't want to recap the movie a little bit, or
We can.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Go ahead.
you do the overview.
Overview.
I wasn't ready.
Caleb,
Okay.
overview.
This family goes to a vacation
Home.
home that they go to every year, I assume. And then...
I'm gonna say not every year.
Every summer, I would imagine. This summer
Weren't they
home.
just
No, because
moving?
remember, they were
Weren't
like
they were-
last year.
No,
Was
they,
that
it's their
19?
vacation
Oh,
home.
okay.
Yeah, it's their
Yeah.
vacation
Yeah.
home.
Okay.
And so they're there chilling, and then all of a sudden one night these people come like home invasion style, but it's them.
Yeah.
They're like, that's us.
Yeah.
That's us. And so
It's us hunting us.
And so then like chaos ensues, and they're chasing them, and then things start revealing.
Yes, things start
and,
happening.
Nice
You
overview.
really can't.
That's
You
good.
really can't. Like
No,
once
yeah.
you get to them getting to the house, like
Yeah.
then it's all spoilers. from
Yeah,
there.
you can't really say much after that or whatever.
I can't. I could try, but I can't.
Yeah, no, you can't. That's why we're gonna cut it off
Try.
here and be like, hey,
Boom.
this is spoiler
Spoilers.
territory. If you haven't seen it, go look at it and come back.
It's really good.
Go look at it.
Yeah, go look at it, take a look, take
Don't
a
watch
gander,
Just look.
Look at
Look
it.
at
With your eyes.
and then come back because we're gonna talk about
Right back.
everything. All right.
So good. It's so good.
Okay, I'm gonna say just up front,
Say it.
I kind of predicted the big turn.
Same.
Mainly because it never shows what happened in that first house of
Yeah.
Mist.
Same.
I was
Exactly.
like,
I called it too.
so I was watching her closely the entire movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was like, they never showed, but like, I think that might be the twist or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the only two times that you could maybe say, well, there's more than that, but the two times for sure that like what I caught myself was like when she killed one of the twins, she like makes that laugh or the kind of
Her
like that
noise.
cackle, her noise
Yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah.
And obviously when she kills her other self at the end,
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I'm pretty sure that's her or whatever. There's a lot of symbolism though, right? Like
Yeah.
at the beginning of the movie, she starts off wearing white, right? And as time's passing, right, just from all the blood, all the killing and shit, she's
true.
like she's just becoming red. You know, so that by the end of it, when she's killing herself, she's just fucking like drenched in blood or whatever. Like, so there's small shit like that throughout the whole fucking
Or
thing.
when she's laying on the couch and there's like a fake spider and then a real spider.
Yeah.
under it.
Yeah. And I think a lot of that stuff was alluding to it, right? The frisbee on the
Yeah.
I
blanket.
didn't catch that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the frisbee on the blanket too, like the blue covering the red or whatever, because she was actually a red, you know. And at first I thought, I was like, why are they making that a thing? Like, what does that mean or whatever? But it's because the ones from below were their color is red, right,
Yeah.
or whatever, and everyone else is blue. But there's a lot of little stuff like that throughout the movie that was interesting, you know, like let's say for example, even when they're a friend of mine told me that she caught when they're on the road, I guess heading to the beach for the first time, like the mom's there trying to show the son to snap
Rhythm?
to the beat, but it's
Yeah.
off. It's not actually on beat. It's
Yeah.
actually fucking off beat. You know, whereas like the real
I read an article about that.
yeah, whereas the real one, obviously she was better at dancing and music and stuff, which is why again, at the end when they're fighting, that's why the real one who's actually red is all like gracefully moving, and this one's all trying to like, you know, just clumsily, you know, hit her or whatever.
So the little girl, when she first goes into like the hall of mirrors or whatever, she's whistling "Itsy Bitsy Spider," and it's because they come up the water spout. The people came from the sewers.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then the fake spider and the real spider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wonder how much of that stuff was like intentional. Like, I mean,
I
it had
bet
to
you
be,
he
right?
did
I mean,
it
sure
all intentionally.
all
I
of
think
it.
he's a genius.
Yeah.
I think Jordan Peele's gonna be like the new horror
mean,
director, like
Could
of our
have
generation.
a team of writers.
I mean,
right?
yeah, but
to
like
help.
written, produced, directed, like he's in it. These are his projects,
But
you
like
know.
he's also got other people. I'm just saying it's not solely that.
I
one
think they're
person.
coming out good because he's putting like his
Agree.
passion.
I mean, especially if he's writing, directing, and producing. I mean, it
Yeah.
sounds like
Especially because
he's
it's
doing a lot of work.
horror. Like that's a genre not many directors even tackle. Like Eli Roth is the only one I can think of that's like strictly horror. Like the fact that Jordan Peele, who's like a comedian, a skit writer, is going down this like dark, but it's still comical and
Yeah.
like just good.
Yeah.
I think.
And I think like this movie, I like it's definitely from a person's vision. You know what I mean? Like a lot
Yeah.
of people don't come to all these conclusions together. Like I feel like he probably had a lot to do with it more than. Whereas most projects, it's a lot of people obviously contributing and but what I'm saying is like I think he for sure has a lot to do with what was going on or whatever.
How he wanted it to look and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so how? So everyone's got a doppelganger.
Everyone
In the U.S. I
in the
assume.
U.S.
How?
The government.
So that's my big thing. I
Sure,
think with
I'm
this
agree.
movie, it's not meant to be taken literally. Like it's only meant to be taken as the story that it's given and the symbolism or metaphors or whatever around it.
Right.
Yeah, because you can go off on the whole, well, how do they get a bunch of red suits and where did they get all the scissors and why do they only have one glove? I'm sure that means something, but a lot of like of those like literal questions, I don't think it's meant to ask that. I think it's just meant everything's around that specific story. Those questions around that is what he wants to focus on instead of the broader. Why did they? I mean, I know they all literally. I'm pretty sure they all literally held hands because she saw it. So she's like, as a little girl, she's probably thinking, "Oh, like people are literally going to hold hands across America." Which I was like, "Well, that's cool," because a child would think that, like, "Oh, we're literally going to hold hands across America."
Yeah.
But then at the end, when you see it, and like that's the last shot you see, I'm like, "Okay, yeah, I get it, but why are you showing me again?" So, but I don't know. But yeah, that's how I take that thinking on this movie for a couple weeks now. For a week. I think that's where I've come to the conclusion that it's not a literal movie. It's just based. You're just working off that story that he gives you. And I like it as a thriller. And I know like everything means, and that's the only problem. This is a personal problem. So everything means everything, and there's symbolism to everything. And I think for me, I'm like, next time I watch it, I'm like, okay, I have to like, oh, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? So I'm thinking like everything means something, and I feel like it's more work than actual enjoyment. Again, it's a personal problem to me.
I think on the second time around, like that's probably what you do, right? It's like the first is like the turn and the reveal, whereas your second watch, you're like now you're maybe pinpointing more stuff, which I think you enjoyed it the first time for what it was, but then your second time's gonna probably be spent.
Since there's so
picking a lot of
much,
that out,
because we said like 10 things that like, oh well, this is this and this is this.
Yeah.
So I feel like the whole movie has something, which is cool. Like if you like it, you'll like it.
Yeah.
And there's artsy films where I like questions and I want to try to figure out what that means, but this I'm just like, oh, okay, like I don't know how many times I want to revisit it.
Yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, going back to your, like her being young, seeing that on television, right? I think like a young impressionable mind like that going, right, let's say down under for however fucking long it was before coming back up, like she had that idea. But at the end, what do you guys make of them? Like, was her goal like to, this is what like people who come together do? Like, you know what I mean? Like, the whole Jeremiah 11:11 thing, notwithstanding, because that was a Bible quote or whatever, right? And it talks about wrath and all that.
Doubles.
Yeah, and the doubles.
That one has to do with like believing in false gods. So false gods because they switched or whatever. Like they aren't who they actually are.
Yeah, 'cause she's the one who led them, but then she was one of the surface people, and that's the only reason she could lead them, because someone from the bottom couldn't lead someone from the bottom.
She knew English.
Which the actual one where I'll like, okay, that confuses me is what you were alluding to earlier, which was when the double was dancing and then she was dancing simultaneously, which I didn't understand. Like, how did she control her then?
So, I had to see it twice. No, I saw it twice, enjoyed it both times. Great. But because I saw it the first time, and then that was the only scene that I didn't like. I was like, no, I don't like that, because the underdweller is on top dancing, and the one who used to live on the surface is following her movements, when they kind of make it seem like these shadow people follow the surface people.
Yeah.
But when she's doing her monologue, she's saying the reason that this cloning experiment failed was because they couldn't replicate the soul. There's only one soul. Two bodies share one soul. So it doesn't matter who's on the surface and who's underground. That's the point she's trying to make. They're all Americans. We're all equal. The only thing separating them is where they grew up, their situations. Had these underdwellers lived on the surface, they'd be regular people. We know that because what's her name? Adeline or...
I don't know.
And the one who was originally a surface dweller but then switched to live on, like,
I like calling her Red.
No, Red is the
fake.
The
The original.
Red is the original,
Yeah.
right? So the non-original.
Let's call her White.
Um,
She's wearing white.
She learns English. She says she has trouble talking, but because their underground language is like those clicks and those noises that they make. So you can learn, so she did learn how to dance. That was how her parents tried to help her communicate.
Yeah.
So they're sharing a soul. That's why she's dancing, like mimicking her. But it's not necessarily like only the bottom dwellers follow the top. It's they're each other. They're the same. They share one soul.
Yeah, which is why like the kid also same thing, right? When he was like able to control him. I think him
He
being
figured it
feral,
out.
and I think also him being more feral led him to be easier manipulated like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he had like the kid, whatever, being more primitive than his other little red counterparts or whatever, led to him to be able to be controlled like that. Even you know what I mean? So. Like, I think all of them, and that makes sense if they're all kind of, because they also call themselves a tethered.
They're
right?
tied, yeah. They're tethered
tied.
together.
They're not separate. They're still together. They're the same fucking person or whatever. I thought that was interesting.
So you could say it's like a commentary on like American politics and like immigration
Poverty
and stuff
and stuff
because
like
Class.
the only difference is like you were lucky enough to be born, rich, or you were unfortunate enough to be born in poverty, and like that's the only thing separating them.
Yeah.
You get the bootleg Thriller shirts.
Yeah, exactly.
No, she took her shirt, didn't she? Right?
She fucking
Yeah, but
switched
when,
that
when
shit.
the guy like showed it,
Oh,
it
was like a different one or
Yeah, it was
whatever?
like a bootleg like Thriller-ish
Yeah.
shirt.
Thriller was a reference because
Yeah.
at the end Michael Jackson is like the evil
Yeah.
creature.
Oh shit. I
Yeah,
didn't think
no,
about
it's all. I love
God
it.
He was
dude.
damn,
wearing
man.
red.
I
they were
love
at
it.
the
So many layers.
Santa Monica Pier, right, with the Lost Boys and shit. Same thing, twist at the end where it was the dad.
that. Oh yeah. Yeah. Also.
This movie's so fucking good, dude.
Yeah, it was real good, man.
Lost Boys is really good.
Yeah.
Probably my favorite vampire movie,
Same.
honestly.
I like
Red
Twilight.
poster. One of the best posters, 80s posters. It's a good poster.
It was. Lost Boys is a good fucking movie.
Yeah.
We're talking
we're
about
talking
us.
about us right
We're
now.
talking about Oh, yeah. So I saw it twice,
yeah.
and I to answer my original the only
question you
question
had
I
about
had
that.
the first time watching it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think other than that, mine was just the whole like how'd they clone everybody. But I mean, you're right. I mean, there's gonna be no way to actually like.
You have to
they
suspend your
them.
belief.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to or whatever.
As a viewer,
I like how when they killed their doppelganger, they went to go wait in line.
to line up.
Oh, that's how they did it then. Once they killed them, they just
That's why I like
wait.
the dude who had the 1111 on his forehead.
Yeah.
His doppelganger was the first one, and
That's
he's
why he was
standing
out there
there
waiting.
with the bloody hand.
Yeah,
Because he had killed them, and
He
he
was
was
the
waiting
first
for
kill.
the
for the rest.
He was
of
the
them and
first
shit.
kill,
Oh, that's cool.
so he's like waiting for everyone else to start lining up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But there's, I mean, a lot of cool stuff about that movie that I enjoy, and even symbolism aside, just the way like when they're coming in and introducing themselves, like just how fucking crazy or scary it was.
Creepy.
Like,
Yeah.
Like when they started the home invasion, she just does like the clicks, and then they all take off and start walking forward. I was like,
Yes,
fuck,
that's scary.
that, dude.
And like a home invasion is scary enough, and then you have
Yeah.
these creepy people like crawling into
Yeah.
your home. Yeah.
Scissors to kill you and shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I think,
Nah, I'd live.
I wouldn't. Nah.
but I think a lot of stuff was done great. Even like the very like tense moments of like having her handcuffed and having to watch like her kids go off and
That
being
was
siphoned off of
crazy.
these people. But another thing that I was told about or whatever was, so if you've read being the original, right, living down there, her kids came out like in a way better, despite them being the tethered counterparts. Like the daughter from up top couldn't fucking run as fast, but Red's daughter could run and fucking catch up to her like nothing. And it's because she was the real one, right? Same thing with the kid. He could light his matches like nothing, but this other kid was like kept on struggling
that's
with his little
interesting.
fucking lighter, right?
I
and
didn't
stuff
think. I
like
didn't
that.
think of that.
Yeah, same thing with the dad. I mean, he didn't really need glasses and shit. He's there beating him up and shit. But
That's true.
but yeah, so it's almost like her kids, the ones from down there. That's why they were that much better, because they were I guess almost technically like the better the originals. Let's say.
I thought that that's why she had reservations about killing them, because like in her head she knew like had I stayed down there, those would have been my kids.
Yeah.
Either that or she just didn't want to kill kids, but
Yeah.
because she didn't kill them.
Yeah, because I think that would be hard for a parent is to like
Right.
actually have to do it. Which I thought like when she got down to go look at her daughter, like I thought she was like, oh, she's gonna go fucking finish her off or whatever.
Yeah.
But she just watched her die basically.
And
but,
same with the boy when he's walking backwards into the fire. She's like, no,
Yeah.
no. But
Yeah.
it's like, that's not yours. But it's because he could have been
yeah.
had she stayed down there.
And one of the things I had at the very beginning was like, why aren't they just killing him right away? Like, why are they fucking around with him? Why is it the fake dad, just driving him in a boat into the water or whatever? Like, why aren't you killing him right away? But then that's when she says, like, I've been waiting for this for years. I'm going to take my
our
time.
time.
And shit. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, torture.
Yeah, basically. I was like, shit.
Mental torture. It's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Great.
It was pretty good.
It's good.
It was funny. It was great.
Anything that, I guess?
Confusing song choice when the Richer family, when they started dying, and then they came in because they're friends or whatever, and then I forget what that song, when that song
Fuck the
started playing,
police.
I wasn't sure why
yeah.
that song was playing. I was
Yeah.
trying to figure out.
I think that was more comedic.
was it just more
probably.
comedic?
I think it was just more.
It could have
comedic.
also
It was
been.
weird comedic choice because that's when the family was dying, and I was like, this isn't funny because
Yeah.
they're like dying.
Yeah,
So,
it's like serious shit's happening.
Yeah.
I think that's what they're trying to do, is that juxtaposition of like serious moment, but like stupid funny music happening in the background or something like that. But I mean,
Yeah,
unless
I
there was
guess-
actual
'cause
symbolism behind that, I
Yeah,
don't
because
fucking
I
know.
guess also to me, like I've seen that joke a lot of times, so
Yeah.
like it wasn't funny to me.
Yeah.
You're not funny.
Yeah, I think I'm with you.
Take notes.
You're not
right?
funny, Jordan
You're not
Peele.
funny. You can get original comedy, yeah?
Yeah.
No,
Caleb says fuck
he
off.
had a skit show and everything. It was great.
Key and Peele.
Key and Peele, man. And now he's doing Twilight Zone, so that's gonna be pretty cool.
Is he just like the host?
Well, I
though?
think he's a host, but I could see him like writing or directing an episode or two.
No,
I
I
bet.
couldn't see it.
Right?
Is that more false information you're spreading, friend?
I just know. I didn't say it was 100%. I
Corrections
said maybe.
corner.
I said he's hosting. He's doing that.
Damn. He's
You're like,
hosting.
I could see him.
Quote
doing it.
friend.
That's what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna like introduce the episodes probably.
Yeah.
I hate you guys.
All right.
CBS All Access. Guess who's not watching that? Me.
Same.
I'm not paying another subscription
No,
service.
me
Not
neither.
doing
Twilight
that
Zone.
either.
That's
Fuck
true.
that shit.
Yeah.
The only new one I'll be adding is Disney Plus, maybe.
Same.
Ew.
Disney Plus.
Dude,
Okay.
everything.
Star
Marvel,
Wars?
Star Wars,
Marvel? Original series?
originals, Disney.
Oh, Marvel?
Now fucking Alien and Predator stuff.
Really?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know about that. I doubt it.
Disney owns them now.
Well,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
but I don't think they'll roll into that service. I
Yeah.
bet they're going to keep that very clean, so they're just Marvel stuff.
Inside sources.
Yeah,
IMBD.
Yeah.
You wait and see.
Hey,
You wait and see.
hey.
10. Fuck it.
Wow.
Saw it twice, enjoyed it both times. 10.
Good.
An 8.
An 8.
I would say 7.5. I was being a little generous.
I got a 4 out of 5. Wait, you went from
I know.
5 to 10.
That's how much I like it, Frank.
You know what?
I doubled 5.
I think the easiest way is just thumbs up, thumbs down, or me. Thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
Man.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Side?
Guy-
Wow. Okay.
Gay.
Hey.
All right. Go see it.
Go
Have
see
fun
it.
watching it,
Go see it.
and then come back and watch this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twice. Watch it twice.
Watch twice.
Give us views.
We have there's symbolism in here. We'll
It's
see you guys later.
Whoa!
Good work. Doctor.
And you guys will wait and see. And you guys will wait and see.
Come on.
It look all weird when you edit it.
It's unusable.
We can all do it. We can.